Hi, I'm Ron Fisher, the Technical Director for Universal's UVS-1, its first virtual stage. A month or two ago, here on the Universal backlot, we had a demonstration between the DCAM helicopter and some people at Eyetronics. And the two demos were kind of in close proximity to each other, and I had a thought that perhaps these guys could combine their services to produce a kind of a new, interesting capability for the industry. That's basically the idea of using a small flying helicopter to take pictures, to do photogrammetry reconstructions of scenes and sets in a way that you don't have to have access to or control the location for very long at all. So we did a test up at the Court of Miracles here on Universal's backlot to check this idea out and see what we could come up with. So let's go over to Eyetronics and see what they're doing with the footage over there.
Hey, I'm Sam Schumann, and I help run Eyetronics, and we're very, very excited to be working with the folks at Universal and DCAM on this project. I think everyone is rather impressed with the results, and I think employing the Copter is going to be a great, not only time saver, but money saver as well. And you know, we see this as kind of the future of being able to digitize large environments. Especially for studios, it's their intellectual property, and using them or licensing them as we see fit. So again, I can't thank Universal enough, and I can't thank DCAM enough for helping us make this possible. Hey, but the proof is in the pudding, so let's go and see what Jan is doing, and I think you'll be impressed.
So we're here today to describe how we converted these photos that we took with a helicopter a few weeks back into a three-dimensional scene that could be used for, you know, pre-viz or any kind of movie-related, you know, aspects where you want to set up a scene or you want to create shots afterwards in post. So what we did on site was we had this helicopter fly around a set that we wanted to convert into 3D, and we would have it fly at eye level, then we would have it fly higher up, so we'd get the roof and we'd get the street. Which was really useful with this drone, because we could make it hover and have it take shots every few seconds of exactly the parts that we needed, which is really cool. So these are the images we shot with that. The main part we concentrated on for this was one corner building, which looked kind of neat. It's an older building that was a little worn. You know, it had a lot of detail to it. We put it in a software that would analyze all these images, and through photogrammetry it would actually find the 3D shape of all these things. So the result, the very rough result of that is this model right here. Now the software can distinguish trees from the sky, the clouds in the sky, and the building itself, so you really get everything. But this is sort of the initial result. So we concentrated on this building, so this right here looks really, really nice. Whereas everything else that was in the background is still there, but it looks a little soft because it was most likely out of focus in the image itself. But this is really helpful, because if you were to do all these buildings individually, you can use this sort of background data to line all the pieces up, which really helps us out if we want to create larger sets. What's really cool about this technique is that you don't only get the shape, which would look something like this, but you also get the color information. So we converted this entire set into something more, like I said, lightweight, and it would look something like this. So this I can move around very easily, and everything looks, you know, crisper. So if a studio wants to set up a scene that would be shot in this set and this backlot, but they want to know where they have to place the green screens or where they have to place the lights, they don't have to actually go there and measure everything out. They could just take this set, which is perfectly to scale. Everything's correct here. Everything is exactly where it's supposed to be. And you could set everything up in here, which would really save you a lot of time. It would save you, you know, cost of having people there, measure it all out. Yeah, so I think this technique is really useful for, you know, really a lot of things. Like I said, it could be cool for previs, where you want to set up scenes. It could be useful for visual effect shots where you need this backlot either from a distance, or if you want to use it for a close-up shot, then you add more detail to this. It's really cool and efficient way to get all this stuff into 3D.
Thanks, Jan. Well, that's the process that we've come up with and that we think that the industry may find very interesting to start using in the future, this notion of using flying helicopters and photogrammetry reconstructions. So we'll see you on the next innovation.